Mitch, and we'll start off with some check-ins. Tell me how you're feeling, what your focus is this week, and what your intentions are for the call. I'll go first. I am feeling great. Focus for this week is tie up loose ends before vacation. Intentions for the call is to facilitate and tie up loose ends. And I'll pass it to Nicola.
All right, good morning. Oh, afternoon. Happy Monday, everybody. Okay, I'm feeling great and energized and focused and ready for the week. And my focus is going to be on finalizing the mandatory update emails and closing up round 18 with all the applications and prepping the tweet threads for it, and also integrating myself more into a community building working group. And also one of the intentions for this week is learn more about Angel and Give Power. And intentions for this call, I'll just to catch up, see what's going on, where I can vote, comment, or what should I read. Yes, so I'm gonna pass it on to Monique.
Morning, guys. Thank you, Nicola. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm focused, and my focus for this week is just to release and talk a lot and forum posts regarding to the product development. Also, I'm here just to listen and think. I'm passing on to Rochelle.
Hi everyone, happy Monday. So I'm feeling okay, and my focus for this week is to put up the downvote for the compensation reimbursement, and also to push for the reimbursement for ETH Barcelona this week. And my intentions for the call is to think, listen, and participate. And I'll pass it to Claire.
Thanks, Rochelle. Hi, everyone. This week, I am mostly focused on content planning for September and tying up loose ends before I sort of go on vacation on Wednesday. I'll still be around, but not as much. And my intentions for the call are just to listen and think and participate where I can. And no distractions. I'm feeling good. And I'm going to pass to, I joined a little bit late, sorry, so I don't know who's gone. I'm going to take a guess at Franco.
Hi everyone, happy Monday. I'm feeling great after a great weekend, so refreshed. And my focus for this week is to integrating into community building, as Nicola said, and keep on learning about everything. Make some one-on-one calls to some of the team so I can learn from them and pick their brains. And yeah, and the intention for this call is just listening and catching up with what's happening. And I'll pass it to Kotabe.
Gracias, Franco. So I'm also feeling great, motivated, happy to have a Monday starting this week. My focus for this week are the KPI session. By the way, and since we're already here, if anyone has not voted and wants to be there, I think I will close the doodle poll after this call, or maybe like 1 hour after. So far, the best times are tomorrow before, like at the Connect call, and Thursday after the community call. So sorry for hijacking the introductions with that. Also, another focus is I'll prepare a webinar for Ironhack and Region Farms and Commons Price follow-up. Yeah, so that's it. What else? Distractions. I'm just kind of like sending some messages and updating on Telegram and Discord. I'll pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Kotabe. Feeling great this week, just back from a week of vacation and catching up. My intentions for the call is to catch up on everything that's been going on during this past week and getting into the Bolt, engine Bolt a little bit more and contributing and voting on everything that it's needed. And start getting ready for the, well, describing the proposal for the ending of the PFP collection, which we hope to start working on early September to have everything ready during that month. And I'll pass it to, I think Mateo was somewhere. I don't know if he left.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Santi. Hey guys, happy new week. I'm feeling alright. Uh, Nothing much to add. I just want to be here, very interested in what's the progress on the gift boosting, all of the new upgrades on the DAP. And yeah, happy to see you all. I think I can pass it to Ashley. Have you gone?
No, I haven't gone yet. Thanks, Mateo. I'm feeling a bit tired and a little distracted this morning. My focus for this week is mainly project verification and Communitas, and intentions for the call to see what's going on in governance and where I should put some of my energy this morning. And I will pass it to, let's see, how's it going? Tropical Mango.
Hey guys. So yeah, feeling good. Didn't get a lot of sleep, but still feeling good. Let's see. So my focus for this week is to sync up with Mo to talk about donor flow, to implement Lauren's feedback for the Give Power delegation form, to give that more focus on promo side, and if there's time, um, to check out Jake the Snake, following up to our conversation, to those initiatives that you got going on over there. See if I can lend a hand somehow, or yeah, just collaborate in any way. So those will be my major areas this week. Oh, hang on. Let me see. I'm gonna pass it to. I don't even know how to see all the people on the call. That's why. Oh, maybe I figured it out. Hold on.
In the top right of the window, you can click the focus button. Well, I guess
Oh,
you would say grid. So you click the grid and then you can see everybody.
okay. Let's see those people. When? So maybe Ashley with Santigues. Santigues, did you go?
Yeah, I already
Nice
went.
try. Let's here, I'll
Yes.
just help you out here. I'll pass it to Mo.
Thanks, Mitch. Again, I'm feeling okay, and my focus for this week is Git Power and Notification Center. And intention for this call, I just want to stay in the loop. I think I'm the last one, Mitch, right?
No, we got a Nico.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, I'm feeling great. My focus for the week will be facilitating on the buddy calls that will be happening this week and updating those who need. I think there are some people who needs to post their role proposals, so I'm gonna do some updating on that one. Also finalizing on the forum post that was due last week on the changes on the work agreement. Ahmad and Heather just need to check it out a bit. So that's also a focus for the week. And my intention for this call is to listen and participate and yeah, no distractions. Thanks, Mitch.
Great. And I think the last one is Jess. No, not the last one, but Jesse. I think we got Jake.
Yep, I think I'm the last one. Feeling good. Intentions for this week are donor strategy, really boost and bolster that up. Some project potential onboarding calls, as well as partnership point of contact. Intentions for this is always just to listen up and see what's going on, what might need to be voted on. Mitch, I'll hand it back to you. I think I am the last one.
Cool. Yeah, I think everybody's checked in here. So I posted the agenda again in the chat here. So if you want to take a look and follow along, there's some great links. Some priority agenda items I put in there. I think I want to talk about this one first. Last Gov call till Burning Man. And so that's probably not exciting for many of you, but there's going to be a good chunk of us gone to Burning Man for probably 3 weeks. How should we continue doing these governance calls? Should we postpone them? Should somebody just pick up the flag on them, or what do you think? Is somebody willing to continue?
How much are you talking about?
What's that? How much?
No, like how many calls would be happening? So it'll be like what, the next 2 or the next 3?
I would say at least 3.
3.
3, hopefully no more than 3.
I mean, I can take the flag. I see the importance on the gov call. I don't know how active will everything be when everyone is on the Burning Man, but we can decide on the go if sometimes we want to pause it or if it's not making sense. But I'm willing to help and pitch in here.
Cool.
And Kotabe, I can help you out if we want to go kind of back and forth. I definitely, there's too much value in the governance call just to let it postpone, I think, for that long. So Kotabe, we can kind of tag team it if you want. Just let me know.
I'd probably get one person to do it. Probably, I think Kotabe, you'd be more in the know.
Yeah. Anyways,
No
I
offense,
think that,
just Kotabe, you've been here for a couple months longer. So I think if you wanted to take that would be awesome.
yeah, I can do it. And I know, for example, that on the Give Economy Development meetings, I'm kind of like helping Monique will take them, and I'm taking notes. So I mean, something like that could also be an option to make it more fluid. We'll see. So yeah, no worries.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I think this call is super important just to like hash out things as a group. So I'm glad you're taking it on. And thanks, Jake, for offering to jump in there. Okay, cool. The other thing here was the Q2 vesting distribution. Technically, this is like ready to go out, assuming that Q3 is actually going to end on the end of September. So we've got a couple like weird issues because we have a whole bunch of people that joined during this quarter. And so how do we deal with contributors who have a role proposal, are eligible, but didn't ask for NRGive tokens, which I think is quite a few people? And how do we deal with contributors who don't have a role proposal, didn't ask for NRGive in the latest round, but still sort of do work for Giveth? So maybe we'll start with the top one. Does anyone have any opinions on this?
I've thought about this before. I think it's interesting. Like, should we just be sending NRGive tokens to people once they've reached this? But if they're not active enough to claim their own tokens, then maybe they wouldn't be
No, this
active.
isn't NRGive. This is vesting.
Oh, vesting. Never mind. Okay.
So they didn't ask for NRGive. They have a role proposal. So should we add them to the vesting list of like future contributors?
do they have the NR or not? They don't have?
They don't have it, but they were eligible, right?
Do we know why they didn't request for their tokens? Because probably that's the first question we should figure
Well,
out.
it probably means like that they weren't interested in participating in the voting, right? You know,
If that's the
it's
case, I wouldn't bother. But if it's something else, like they didn't really know how to request them, or they didn't pay attention, or they were involved in a period of time when we were not, pushing forward to request your own tokens or so on. That's why I was posting that question first.
yeah.
Exactly the same. I think that's we may create a list out of them, put another forum post, and let them know. And if they do, we consider, for example, 4 days for advice process. If they request for an give, we can have them maybe in other rounds, or maybe this round, we postpone this round. I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm not really interested in prolonging anything related to NRGive. We gave it a solid month. We announced it several times, and so the NRGive is like, if they don't want it, it's fine. But should we give them the give that we have assigned for contributor vesting, right?
I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think so. That
people,
if they, sorry.
I was just gonna say that, I mean, active people who can be current contributors and not participate in the Energive vote, and I think they should still get vesting.
That seems like the right thing, right? Because if you don't want to vote in governance, that's fine. That makes it easier for us because people who have NRGive that don't vote make it harder for us to pass proposals because of the quorum that we need. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't get give, I think. But I'm looking for the group's opinion.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I agree. But I would also love to know if they didn't get NRGIF tokens or request their NRGIF tokens because they for sure didn't want to get involved into governance, or they just didn't realize. There may be one or two cases where they didn't, but
Yeah. Well, if they didn't realize after a month, we probably don't want these people in our voter
okay,
pool.
okay,
That was my opinion. If
that's
you
fine.
can't activate in like a month, how can we expect
Mhm.
you to activate in 5 days?
Yeah, I agree.
I think the vesting should goes to the person who has NR. So this is clear for me. But the case that the Santic says is totally true. That we have to let them know that they have to request for an archive. That is different, a total different thing. So if there's a question is that do we need to send them give without an archive? I say no.
Mm-hmm. And they have to ask for NRGive every round if they're eligible.
I think that it is, the way that we all voted for it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't vote for, vesting goes to the ones that don't have an archive. This is the governance token, so they should have it to be eligible for vesting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there is a third solution, and that is like people can just ask for one. They don't need the full amount. They can just ask for one NRGive instead of 20 or 30.
But if they are not going to get involved, it doesn't even matter if they have one, if they have 20. They are, I mean, of course, they
It
are
wouldn't
not adding
matter.
as much. They are not adding as much trouble having one than 20 because it doesn't affect that much the quorum. But at the end of the day, if they don't get involved, it doesn't really matter giving them one or 20.
Yeah. But they're
Yeah,
still working for
it's
Giveth.
based off of like their eligibility rather than their actual what they actually hold. If they
Mhm.
were eligible to
Okay.
get the NRGIV, then that's good enough. The fact that they're eligible also makes them eligible for vesting. But it's going to be tricky, and I think coming up on this next question too, we're going to have people coming in who are completing bounties and doing stuff like this, and maybe they've completed 5 bounties for us, but they don't have NRGive tokens. Should they be a current contributor? They're adding value to the community. I feel like there's a lot of people who don't have role proposals that add value that could be considered contributors, you know, so how do we define this?
Well, I think the role proposals are the baseline for what we consider a regular contributor, right? That was kind of what we established.
Yeah, I think that could be one of the parameters that we
And
use.
people will still get tokens through the reward system once we have that as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rochelle. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna answer that. Yeah, we consider regular contributors those who posted in the who has real proposals, and with the question about the how to deal with these contributors. So, my thoughts are maybe we could for the NRGive factor in competing for the vesting, maybe we could have like a percentage only for those contributors who has a real proposal are eligible but didn't ask for NRGive. So maybe that would be an option too. Like only like have another multiplier for or like a portion only or like something like that.
I didn't quite understand what you were saying.
So for example, if those who has NRGive tokens could get like 100% or like 100%, then those who has no NRGive tokens would get like only 80% or something like that. Like only not the full amount of those who has NRGive tokens. I don't know if I'm making any sense or like changing the NRGive factor in competing, but yeah.
Okay.
You know, Mitch, I'm thinking that the flow of distributing the vesting is like a dividend that goes to the shareholders of a company. So the NRGive shows that who's eligible, and you know it's totally a different flow. So the way that we want to thinking about how we can make the contributors eligible for NRGive is a thing. The vesting or distributing the gift token to the gift holders or the NRGive holders is another thing. So let's make it 2 different topics. If we want to change distribution of the vesting, you know, we have to vote again. But if we want to change the way that we make the peoples eligible for NRGive, this is another thing.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about is the eligibility.
So the eligibility, according to my understanding, is very clear that if the contributors has the contribution, full-time or part-time, no matter what the way, it's all clear that how much NRGive they can claim. So do you want to change the routine that we had?
Well, if NRGive makes them eligible, like as you're saying, if NRGive makes them eligible to receive vesting, and say you're a regular contributor, you have a role proposal, you do work, maybe you work part-time or even full-time for Giveth, but you don't, you just want to work and you don't want to govern. Does that mean you shouldn't get vesting?
No, you know, according to my understanding, we said that if the contributor has its relation with the contribution relation with the Giveth part-time, at least, for example, 3 hours a month. No, I just checked in, I've been in the meeting, so I can assume as a contributor and can claim the NRGive.
Yeah, and they have a role proposal, so we know who they are.
Yeah, they have to post it.
They have to claim the NRGive.
Yeah, this is my
Well,
understanding.
that makes because if they don't want to govern, that makes everything much harder, though, you understand? Because they increase the
So,
quorum requirements.
okay.
So
So
that's
we should, yeah, we have to, talk about it in the forum and make it very clear that this is the problem. If we want to give the NR give for every part-time contributors, they don't want to govern in the future, and we got problems. And what do you think, guys? Shall we, for example, forward with the role proposal or not? Now I have the same problem with the contributors. For example, one security stuff that we had. They just get paid, but they're not. But he asked me that, do I be eligible for bonuses, because you say that you have bonuses. And I think now I was telling him that if your contribution is going to continue, you can claim, because you can create a role proposal. This is what I said to him. According to my understanding, if it's also be a project or part time, but continues working in Giveth, he can be proposed for role proposal and an argue. But yeah, sorry.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's a lot of stuff here. I think maybe we need to follow up in a forum post. I don't think we're going to decide on the call. I can draft this, or if somebody feels inspired. Okay. All right. Does that sound all right? We'll just leave it to a forum post then. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep moving. Did somebody say something? Okay. Let's move down into the DAOs. So we've got some quick links there for Snapshot, the NRGive DAO, the Gardens, the multi-sigs. Stuff happening right now. We've got no pending transactions in the multi-sigs. In the Snapshot, we've just got the one to extend the Give farm. And that'll be running until the 18th. And so you can vote on that if you've got Give in your wallet, if you've got it wrapped in the Gardens, or if you're holding in LP tokens, you can vote on that. And then in the Give Garden, we've got the top up proposal, the top up funding request for the translation work done for Spanish and Portuguese. And they're asking for about 5K in Give there. And so if you've got GGive, you can vote on that one. And then lastly, in the NRGive, I am asking to be reimbursed for some bounties from the DWork pilot that I ended up paying out of pocket. And so if you've got NRGive, you can go ahead and vote on that. And I'm assuming for Shell, this is the payments?
And July. So I just added it like a few minutes ago. So those are for the June and July compensation for the Giveth core team.
Giveth core team. June and July.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Yeah, okay. All right. Cool. Great. Cool. Everyone, please, everybody, just take a few minutes to vote on all of these things that we can move them forward, particularly in the Give Garden and the NRGive DAO. If you could please activate and vote on some of those, if they align with you. Does anyone have any questions about that? Anything in the DAO?
Are we about to claim the next round of NR Give? Just to be clear on where we're at, I'm trying to not to stay, not to
No,
miss the date.
no, we'll do it probably beginning of October. We'll have the Q3 distribution.
Thanks.
Yeah, so NR Give, I think, will be done unless we decide something else until then for the end of Q3. But we have to figure out the question that I was asking earlier was about the vesting. So that's give tokens. Kotami, you had something?
Just wanted to ask. I'm voting on the NR Give, and there's also one that is from an agent. I think it's not going to pass anyways, but just wanted to know like what this is. Should we vote or not?
Oh, I put a message in the DAO channel. This was some people are already voting yes on it. This is from testing D-Work,
Okay.
if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
So I was testing the D-Work and it looked like it kind of worked, but I don't know, it's not working anymore. So we ended up going the multi-sig route.
Okay.
So
we
vote no
vote
on
no.
185. Okay. We got 25 minutes left. Let's jump into some stuff in the forum. First one here is improving QA. And this is from Monique. Do you have anything you want to talk about on the call?
Yeah. Yeah, we changed the pipeline. It's a little bit technical stuff because we don't have discussions in the technical team. We just do it in Discord. And I just want to engage more people that if they have any experience over testing pipelines, etc., especially with the discussions with the DevOps and the dev team together, we're suffering from lack of discussions. So I just started and try to communicate well, but maybe you can also help us to, to know how we can elaborate it more in our documentations specifically, because contributors need to understand what's the new flow and our documentation gets old during the time. So yeah, I appreciate if you can take a look and mention other people, try to share ideas, and it's all open.
Sure. Let's open this for a sec. I just want to look at it again. Yeah. So this kind of goes into some of the issues I was raising with testing, with all of these deployment branches. And so it's cool that it's here. And when we had the testing party, there was actually a lot of things to explain. And so it would be cool if we could update our testing guideline documentation. Maybe we have to merge it. Maybe we need separate ones. But yeah, it's cool to take all this in and have one clear place where people who want to test can learn how to do that.
Yeah, you can create your another forum post, or just put your comments there. I remember you had the comments in the last call about it. Just you can jot down there, and we can follow it up.
Yeah, sure. And kind of related to this is something that I think myself and Lauren were pushing. It's like if you're not a developer, like you should be spending like a little bit of time testing the app. Like and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like my understanding. It's like if you work for Giveth and you're trying to communicate people how to use our app or how to donate on our app, and you've never used the app yourself, doesn't that seem kind of funny? Like if you don't know how to make a project on Giveth or how to make a donation, but you're onboarding people to use our platform, doesn't that seem kind of weird?
Yeah.
So we have a staging environment, like you don't have to make a real project on Giveth, but we have a testing platform, and you can just go ahead and like use the app and like try donating with like fake tokens or try making a bunch of fake projects. And then you know how to explain it to people.
I just want to give you updates about it. I also mentioned it, my post. We have to have another UAT environment that is going to be a little bit more isolated, with with better data that we can use it even for a beta version or maybe the A/B testing. And assume, for example, we have a UAT, we test our issues, we push it in our UAT, and that UAT really means the UAT, user acceptance test, that we invite, for example, 500 people, or we announce it in our channels, and real people go there and test the features. We call it A/B testing. And sometimes, we release some beta versions there. So this is my, following up, but we're suffering from the DevOps routines that we couldn't deliver it till now. So I try to establish weekly meetings with DevOps and try to have these isolated environments for real UAT experiences. And this is my updates for this. However, I really want to make it open. I really want to have all the feedbacks over this pipeline and whatever. So feel free to just comment, create another forum post. Everything that every ideas can be created and can be discussed there, and we sort it out.
Great, thank you. Before we move on, are there any questions?
Not a question from my side, but just kind of like commenting on what you said. I think I also see the importance on that. I know that the first time I was on board, like I did like donations and Giveth to kind of like figure out my own way on it. But I think it maybe should be part of the onboarding process to do donations, to create your project and do that on the testing environment. And then you also, you don't have to put in real money if you don't want to, you can. But you can get some gift tokens and you can start playing on the gift farms and kind of like understanding those. And that will make you have more questions, valuable questions to learn. I think it would be nice to have it as part of the onboarding process to newcomers.
Cool. Thanks. That's some good points. Moving down, Bounty's budget baby. Maybe Kotaba, you want to give us the quick update?
Yeah, I kind of like wanted to sort of fast track this last week because I wanted most people to be able to vote that are going to Burning Man. But still there were kind of like different potential routes to go with the mostly it's been decided it's going to be a multi-sig, but in any ways it was not that clear what will be the best one. So right now that's where we are. I think most of the bounties have been cleared out, and it's all like the process. The only thing that we're missing is how are we going to pay. And so right now, most likely we're going to go through the multi-sig route, and we just want to know what's the multi-sig that makes the most sense. And there are a few options there. It's 3 out of 8, 2 out of 5, or 3 out of 7. There's been only 3 votes right now. And then there is the signers, which are 8 people. So if so far there are 2 votes where everyone were voted, so it's a 3 out of 8. the 8 of us will go. So yeah, please vote on this. I want to kind of like maybe this been here for some time. This last vote was on Thursday, so I want to close it maybe tomorrow to be able to create the multisig and start using the bounties. So please vote on it to have a good governance process. All of the votes are you don't have to choose one or the other. You can choose the ones that make the most sense to you, and we'll go with what makes sense to most people. I don't know. Was that clear? Are there any questions?
I just wanted to clarify one thing, is that this multi-sig aren't going to be the people that like decide everything for bounties. Literally the only job is to release payments for like approved bounties. So there's going to be a step before, I think we agreed on it, but it was like having like a bounty approval board, which will be like the advice process / transparency for bounties. So it's like before you post it on DWork and somebody starts working on it, we have to get consensus on like, do we want to spend our money on like paying someone else to do it? And so there's a step before, and then that gets advice process and soft consensus. It gets posted to DWork, the work gets done, and then this multi-sig is the one responsible for releasing the payments.
Thanks for the clarification, Mitch.
Yeah. Because sometimes maybe it doesn't get clear with these multi-sigs. They're not the ones actually making decisions, but they're more of like the backstops that like we have accountability over sending payments.
Exactly. Yeah, it's more kind of like the execution phase.
Yeah, exactly. Nailed it. Any questions over that?
Who can be in the multisig? Anybody here? Well, do I have to like fill in some basic? Maybe I should read a post.
On the
Go ahead.
post, we have. Yeah, thanks, Mitch. On the post, there are 8 people between self-nominations and people that have been in other multisigs, people that are very active on Discord. So I kind of like collected a few information on those things. People, that raise their hand to be on their first multisig, like myself and Heather. And there's also some people that can do it, but also wouldn't mind if someone else does it, like Giant King. But he's super active and he's really good at it. So, anyways, if someone wants to raise their hand, that also can be cool, and the votes are also there. So,
but you want to get this done, right? So that we can start.
I do want to get that done. This done.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Last one here. This is a spicy one. I'm glad Rainer's here. Shooting projects to give backs too. Take it away.
Yeah, it's a spicy one. So we're not going to be able to wrap this up completely before Burning Man, but I agree with the suggestion that, I would volunteer to write some kind of summarizing post that says, I think this is where we are, this is where we agree, this is what we need to discuss, and here are a couple of options. I need some technical help to come up with these concrete options. I'm not sure if I have the time for it before I need to fly out, but I'll try to at least post some kind of preliminary results so that we can pause it maybe for 3 weeks and then decide on something or create some concrete options in September. That's okay. I only have like 3 more days before if I'm going to fly out. I don't want this to get lost, like not at all. This is really important to me and obviously to a couple of other people too. And the discussion is really cool, but I think we need 1 or 2 more steps to get it to a really good conclusion. I think it would be too early for a poll at this point. Sounds okay for you, master of process?
Yeah, I was just taking notes. Yeah, like I said, I'm just bringing it up. Like, obviously, there's a lot of contention, and it's pretty evenly split. But I think Danny kind of hit it really good. It's like clearly there's an appetite for it, so we need to figure out what that ends up looking like.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get this through the door in September, the latest.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of negotiating.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes very deep to the values level, which is, I think, worth discussing. Thanks for putting it on the agenda. I didn't. It's my fault.
Yeah, it's all good.
Rainier, I mean, you're going to help me a little bit with Mural with feedback. So I can help you with this, and I know that you will be leaving to Burning Man soon. I don't know if I will have the bandwidth this week, but we can talk about it, and maybe I can help you summarize and kind of keep the flag while you are enjoying your life in Burning Man.
Thank you. I think it would be really good if the two of us talked again to see if there's a technical way to square the circle here. Maybe there is. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Yes.
Great. Cool. Well, then we'll wait for that summary post, and we'll try and move forward from there. We've got 10 minutes left on the call. This is a PSA for your buddy reviews. There's a couple different forms. I noticed people have been posting up asking for review before their buddy calls, and that is super awesome. So it's important that when these calls happen, that people engage, they fill out the contributor feedback form, to have the nice feedback loops for the work that we're doing, and how to improve. And obviously there's a self-review form there as well to give yourself some feedback. And I think the self-review form, you give feedback on the org, or I'm totally wrong, Nico?
Hello. Yeah. What was that? What was the last thing that you said again, Mitch? I missed that one.
In this self-review form, you're just giving a review for yourself
Yep, that's exactly right.
and Giveth.
Yep.
Okay, so review yourself and the organization, so Giveth. So these are two very important forms. Make sure quarterly you're scheduling a buddy call with your buddy, and that you're letting everybody know, all the unicorns, to give you some feedback so you know how to do a better job, I guess. And of course, let Nico know if you're scheduling anything and
Yep.
to give you the responses. Go ahead.
Yep. If you had a buddy call recently, please let me know. I believe Chad, Fi, and Lauren had their call last week, and also Carlos and Mateo. And yep, we're planning to create a buddy review call tracker just to track everything
I
that
love
had
that.
their buddy review calls previously, so
Yeah.
that we know.
We'll make a buddy review bot. It just pings you every day.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Mitch.
Cool. Great. Cool. Well,
What?
that's. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was just, if I may, I am going to have my buddy review call soon. So please, everybody who is on this call, if you have some feedback to give me, please go there and say something. Thanks.
Thanks, Nicola. We got 7 minutes left. Is there anything anyone wants to talk about? Any last minute?
I just have a suggestion. I'm a little bit get confused after the part-time. For example, I just want to start part-time with a QA specialist right now. But Heather and Ahmed going to offer her, and do we need to ask her to send role proposal or not, because it's going to be part-time. But
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah, I
was
mean,
not
there's a lot of
clear
people that
for
work
me.
part-time that have role
Yeah,
proposals. But she won't need to
and
worry
also,
about that. Like between Ahmad and Heather, there's a whole like trial period process and
yeah,
offer letters and stuff. So she won't have to worry about that for a few months.
for example, you know, the experience that we have with another QA specialist that I think you know it. You know, after a you know, probation period, we really don't know how we can continue. You know, I'm just waiting for the Heather and Ahmed to give him a full-time offer, and I was thinking that he has to create another forum post for role proposal. So these, you know, probation periods, role proposal, I think that's not that clear. Maybe it's not my fault. I don't know. I just want to ask.
Well, I mean, it should be between those and Nico who can all figure that stuff out for you.
Yeah, regarding the process, I can give you a clear process on, I mean, explanation of the process on that one, Monique. But yeah, just let me know if you have any questions on the process. But right now we are at the start of the process, we are sending out the offer letters, and and then once the contributor signs, they will undergo the trial period, and then after the trial period, we're gonna have the post-trial call to evaluate if they passed or not, and then if they did, they will we will proceed with their role proposal, posting the role proposal in the forum, and then yep,
The
if it's
role
approved and
proposal is,
everything,
sorry, so the role
yeah,
proposal is at the end of the probation period, full-time or part-time, no
y-
difference.
yep, that's right.
Uh-huh.
So either you are your offer letter will indicate what will happen after your trial period if you're gonna have a full-time position or hourly position, a part-time position. That will be indicated in the offer letter, but that will also change depending on the workload that you had during your trial period. So, yeah.
Sorry guys, wasting your time. I just got it. Thank you.
No, that's cool. And I really like between the three of you, that's really great the work you've done making the hiring process way more clear than it has been. And currently the trial periods are still 1 month with the possible extension.
Yes, the
Yeah,
standard is
I,
1 month.
I think, you know, the requirements team also ask for the body. For example, for another QA specialist, they ask me that which period do you want to have for. I think, you know, even I don't know, maybe we have to make it more clear or have to read more. I don't know. But do we also conclude on raising or this
I
stuff?
haven't figured that out yet.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Um, anything else unrelated to this? Anything
Can I add
governance in general?
to what they were discussing?
Oh, of
So
course.
yeah. So after the trial period, it is recommended to have a body call review first before the newcomer will post a role proposal. So during your body review call, you could discuss with the new hire if what would be the terms for her hours. Would she or he continue to be part-time or have a full-time agreement? So during the body review call, it's also a great opportunity to talk about that, of what the new hire can commit, or yeah. So yeah, you could also include that in the discussion in your review call.
Okay.
Thank you for sure. I think I got the point. They have to post their role proposal right after the probation period,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you know, regardless of, you know, the contribution hours that they can commit.
Yeah. And the thing is like Nico will take care of that. Like it's not like they have to figure out themselves. Like Nico's gonna, well, I understand, I don't want to speak for you, but I think Nico has that covered.
Yep. I'll send out the full instructions on how to do that one as we move forward with their onboarding, with everything, the posting, and all those things. But yeah.
So the requirements team has to send an offer, and after that, I ask him or her to post a rule proposal, or they have to, this flow is a little bit not clear to me. For example, I assume that I had a body call review. I just confirmed, and do I have to ask the candidates to fill up the role proposal, or they have to talk with
Just
the
tell them to
HR
talk
team?
to Nico. Like you don't have to worry about that stuff, Monique. I'm saying, just like talk to Nico.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I've got 1 minute left. I'll give you your 45 seconds back to your day. I'm not going to see you for 3 weeks, so thank you all for coming. And yeah, I look forward to Kotabi facilitating these for the next couple weeks.
So do I. Mitch, enjoy Burning Man. Have a great time there.
Yeah, you guys have a great time, all of you who are going there.
Everybody going, have
Thanks,
a
Mitch.
great
Enjoy.
time. See you on the other side.
Pictures and videos, and bring some dirty dust souvenirs.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Enjoy,
See
Mitch.
everybody.
Fun.
Bye.
Ciao.
Have fun,